North Korea now has nuke that fits its missiles. U.S. President Donald Trump is warning North Korea of fire and fury after a Washington Post report revealed Pyongyang has produced miniaturized warheads. A U.S. Defense Intelligence Agency report says North Korea has successfully created a miniaturized warhead for its intercontinental ballistic missiles. The country now has missiles that reportedly range between 180 to 7,200 miles. The agency report also estimates that North Korea has up to 60 nuclear warheads in its arsenal. Russia and the United States still have the largest number of nuclear warheads in the world, estimated at 7,000 and 6,800 respectively. North Korea conducted 2 ICBM tests last month, showing off the potential to hit most of the continental U.S. In response, the United Nations imposed the toughest sanctions yet on North Korea, a move that was praised by President Trump. However, North Korea said the sanctions would not stop it from developing nuclear weapons and has threatened to make the U.S. pay the price. Don't let YouTube ad bots dictate what TomoNews reports. Support us at patreon.com/TomoNews. Should we be investing in bomb shelters? Phew, that was a close one. Safety concerns have been raised over North Korea's aggressive missile testing program after the most recent launch came dangerously close to a passenger plane. On July 28th, an Air France flight to Paris took off from Tokyo, carrying more than 300 passengers. 45 minutes later, North Korea test-launched an intercontinental ballistic missile from Chagang province. The missile climbed more than 2,000 miles before returning back to Earth. It landed in the Sea of Japan just 5 to 10 minutes after the Air France flight passed through the same area. In response to the incident, Air France put out a statement claiming North Korean test zones don't interfere with their flight paths, adding that they analyze potentially dangerous flyover zones. But experts say global aviation systems may not be able to even detect a missile in a plane's flight path, let alone warn airlines about it. Adjusting commercial flight paths may be one way of addressing the North Korean safety risk, but it will be both expensive and difficult. North Korea is growing its military might. U.S. authorities said on Wednesday that the intercontinental ballistic missile fired by North Korea on Tuesday was a new type of missile that the country had never seen before. The Hwasong-14 intercontinental ballistic missile contained a redesigned second stage. The second stage reportedly had a separate 30-second burn cycle that allowed the missile to travel farther, making it an intercontinental ballistic missile. U.S. officials confirmed the missile was capable of traveling more than 3,500 miles, meaning it would be able to reach Alaska. The United States conducted a joint missile exercise with South Korea in response to North Korea's ICBM test. North Korea said its missile was capable of carrying a large-sized, heavy nuclear warhead, but U.S. military experts doubt the country has the ability to develop a nuclear warhead that can be fitted into long-range missiles. North Korea's up to something in the Yellow Sea. U.S. officials say North Korea has been constructing several artificial islands for at least 5 years. Satellite images revealed that North Korea has been building 5 artificial islands for unknown purposes in the Yellow Sea near Sohae, a known testing site for intercontinental ballistic missile technology. 3 of the islands seem to have paved rectangular slots, which could be used to accommodate a North Korean ballistic missile and a launcher. Other islands could be used to host underground missile silos. Experts say the islands would most likely be able to deploy shorter-range missiles, such as Scuds, if they are intended to be used for missile launchers. However, there isn't enough definitive information to determine the actual purpose of the islands. Experts say it's possible they may even be used for agriculture. Hey Tomo Sapiens! Help us beat the ad bots by joining our Patreon News Squad at patreon.com/TomoNews. North Korea deploys 4 missiles. North Korea has fired 4 ballistic missiles toward Japan, with some landing as close as 300 kilometers from Japan's northwest coast. North Korea launched missiles from a location near the border with China on Monday. U.S. officials said the missiles were intermediate range. 4 missiles in total were launched, and 3 of them landed in Japan's exclusive economic zone in the Sea of Japan. North Korea state media news agency KCNA said the country's leader Kim Jong-un supervised the launches.
North Korea successfully launches missile into space. North Korea launched a long-range rocket on Sunday morning carrying what Pyongyang says is a satellite. Its launch caused North Korea's neighbors and the United States to release a flurry of condemnations. Many see it as a disguised ballistic missile test. The rocket was launched near the North Korean and Chinese border at around 9:30 a.m. South Korean time. As planned, the rocket traveled southwards over the Yellow Sea. South Korean officials say they lost track of the missile over Jeju Island at approximately 9:36 a.m. Japanese officials, however, say they spotted the missile over the southern islands of Okinawa at 9:41 a.m. The missile's final stage, which was carrying a satellite, then entered space. According to Reuters, the newly launched satellite is expected to orbit Earth every 94 minutes. The launch has prompted South Korea to announce that it will begin talks with the U.S. about deploying advanced missile defense. Of course, China and Russia are opposed to that idea.